Hello there, everybody. This is Jet Martin, and we're going to be going over if the stock market will continue to crash on September 22nd, 2020. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, please remember to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and share with your friends. We're on a road to 1,000 subscribers. Okay, let's actually get into this video here. So we're going to be going over the three major future contracts that the stock market tends to follow. We'll be going over the S&P 500, we'll be going over the Nasdaq, and we'll be going over the Dow Jones. So let's get into this. Let's start looking at the S&P 500 here. So we're going to go to the 180-day 4-hour time frame, and we're going to zoom into what's actually been going on. So today we saw that the stock market opened pretty red on the day. We saw about a 2% drop, 2.5% drop in the morning, and then a little bit of a rebound right here. So this purple line is the exponential moving average. So that is a more of a close analysis of the actual selling and buying that's going on and how the price action is actually moving. I'll leave a description of what all these indicators are down in the description below with a definition and a link to a website that can give you a little bit more detail as well. So let's actually see what's going on here. We see that the S&P 500 is actually bouncing off this EMA level right now. So this is forming kind of a resistance at the moment. So we'll see how it is in the morning, but as of right now, we might see it pull back a little bit more. If it does end up breaking this, we're going to be looking at a resistance level most likely of where the support was back when I made this video on Thursday or for Friday for the Friday's market. So we'll see that the new resistance level was the former support. So we're going to have to see the S&P 500 break this resistance level to have any possible uptrend moving forward. So if we see a confirmation of this going above, it might be an indication to buy calls or be buying into the or into the SPY. So you could be buying calls on the SPY when the stock market's going up, or you can be buying puts when the stock market's going down. So if it does end up breaking this, we will most likely see the next resistance level coming at maybe around this 330 or 3,360, but the major resistance will end up being this SMA line. If if it does end up rallying up tomorrow, this will be the major resistance that we're going to have to be worrying about over the next week because the simple moving average is it tends to either be a very strong support or very strong resistance depending on the way you're looking at it. So if we want to go in and look at the 20-day 1-hour chart, we will actually see that we are coming up a lot closer to this SMA. So just for a quick little reminder for everybody, the SMA changes depending on the time frame because it's taking the average of that time frame for the price action. So we're going to be seeing if it does end up breaking above, the next resistance level would be around the 335 or 3,350 mark. So now let's go into the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq is having a similar type of problem coming up here. So we had a support level right around this, or let's go back to the 180 day first, then we'll go back to the 20 day. So the support that we had a triple bottom on is now going to be, or it still is at the moment, the support level for the NASDAQ going forward into tomorrow. So if we do see it fall below, expect more of a downside. Another thing that we can be looking at here to be following the trends that we can actually take the top and put a trend line on the next top that we had and see that this could be another rejection line right about here. So around this 11,100 level is something that you got to be looking at. If it makes confirmation, we might see some higher highs to the SMA line, and that'll be the next major resistance going forward with the NASDAQ. So the next resistance would be this SMA line at 11,480 about there. So that's something to look at when you're going into the market tomorrow. If it does fall below the support line, we might see it continue to crash further and continue this downtrend as we're seeing with this trend line. Now, finally, let's look at the Dow Jones. So moving forward with the Dow Jones here, let's go back to the Nasdaq and look at the 20 20-day 1 hour, as I said before. So again, we are right above this support line. So if it does continue to support, this just gives us more confirmation. And with this trend line, we look at the SMA line, they're about lining up. So that'll be a major, major resistance for the Nasdaq to break for us to see future growth and uptrend, having the bear market turn more into an uptrend. So back like I was saying, let's go back to the Dow Jones here, go to the 180 day, and we can see again that this morning it fell way below this triple bottom support line we were seeing here. So if we zoom in here, we can see that this was about the support going in for the Dow Jones over the weekend, and we saw it bouncing. We had about a double bottom, triple bottom here. So that is going to be the next line to be really worrying about. So again, it's coming up on the EMA. It's going to have to break that EMA and break this triple bottom support, which is now going to be its major resistance moving forward into tomorrow. We might see it bounce off again. And if that happens, we expect a future downtrend going on. And I believe we can draw this line here like we did um, with the S&P or with the Nasdaq and see that that'll be another major resistance coming up with it, which if it does break this support or this resistance and have it become a support again, we'll see that this SMA and this trend line will be the next resistance level. And if it bounces and gets rejected off of this, we might see some future downtrend going on as well. So these are things you want to keep in mind when you're trading tomorrow. We also want to quickly look at the 20-day 1 hour. And again, this is going to be its major support or major resistance here at the triple bottom. And we will see the SMA and the trend line becoming its next two major points that it has to cross for us to see an uptrend. Now, quickly, I want to go over the VIX, which is the Volatility Index. And we see that it's actually about to, or we see if we go back to the 180 day, that it's actually bouncing on this SMA line and EMA line. So if it stays above this EMA line, expect the market to go down. It doesn't always have to, but most of the time, the stock market goes down when the volatility index increases. So if we see this bounce and continue to go upward, we'll most likely see a pullback on the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and the Dow Jones. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a little bit more insight so you know what to be looking for when you're trading tomorrow. And you can be able to see and take note on those key levels to see if the stock market's going to continue going down and crashing, or if we're going to see the stock market rally tomorrow. With that being said, please remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and share with your friends. Have a great day.